And they get there. And by this time, there's over 100 people there, all working to get John out, and they still can't do it. And the rescue workers, they set up a two-way radio system so that Emily can talk to John. And they talk and they tell each other that they love each other and whatnot. And it's a nice moment. But then, even more time passes. And at this point, John has been in there, upside down, for 19 hours. And the pulley system is finally ready. So Ryan secures the rope around John. And Susie and 7 others on the ground outside, they count down and they start pulling. And they pull, and they pull, and they pull as hard as they can. And suddenly, John starts to slowly rise out of the dark. And they pull again, and again, and again. And by the 4th pull, John lifts out of the crevice. He's almost out. Until suddenly, kaboom, a small arch in the cave crumbles, and one of those metal rings snaps forward and hits Ryan in the face so hard that it knocks him unconscious. And John immediately falls back down into the crevice. And shortly after, when Ryan regains consciousness, he's bleeding and his jaw is broken, so he has to leave the cave and go get medical attention. And so Ryan's dad comes in and takes over that spot. And then Ryan's dad ends up getting stuck in part of the tunnel. But luckily, it's only for a while, and he's eventually able to get himself out. And this whole time, while they're trying to get him out, the worst is happening to John. His breathing starts to get more and more shallow. And little by little, he gets less and less responsive. Being upside down in that position for so long is putting strain on his heart. Okay, let me explain to you why this is so dangerous for John. Because I know you're probably thinking, Ray, so what if he's upside down? Was it going to make him dizzy? Is it going to give him a headache? No, it is much worse than that. Your body is designed to function and pump blood right side up. That's what it's always done, its whole life. It is accustomed to dealing with gravity in only one direction. So when you go upside down for a long period of time, gravity causes blood to rush toward your head, which will cause your heart to work harder to pump all that blood against gravity, which is going to greatly increase the stress on your cardiovascular system. The human heart can actually deal with this kind of stress for a long period of time. I mean, hours, I'm sure. But eventually, it's going to give out. Not to mention, all of those organs in your lower abdomen are now sitting above your lungs, meaning they can push down and put weight on your lungs, making it much harder for you to breathe. And if this sounds like torture to you, that's because it is. Literally. Many cultures in the past used to hang people upside down as a form of torture. It's called inverted hanging, because a normal hanging generally unalives you instantly, but an inverted hanging is a long, painful